All right. I don't know. What do I say? What do I fucking do to start it?
I don't know. It's your shit. I'm just here.
All right. Hi. I don't know.
Keep going.
Not a lot of you guys know me. It feels so weird talking to a camera. I haven't done it in so long. It feels so strange. This is my father. He created me. I was in his balls almost 20 years ago.
That's a fact.
Dude, yeah. I won the speed race.
You did.
Not the genetic race, but it's cool.
You can draw.
I can draw frogs.
You can draw frogs.
So today, you want to explain a little bit about yourself and why you're here, your background?
Okay.
Well, I mean, talking about the tattoo shops a little bit. Like, what's your fucking background? Why do you care about tattooing at all? What makes you interested in it? Like,
at one point we owned. Nobody cares about me except for mom. At one point we owned some tattoo shops, and because tattooing was illegal in Oklahoma, and we opened up some shops, and you know, it was really chill.
Okay.
That was it. Now it's legal, and everybody tattoos. There's like 800 people tattooing here.
You put on the tattoo shows as well? A bunch of people came to that?
We did do tattoo conventions.
What type of people came to the tattoo conventions?
Like what artists?
Yeah. And like people in general, like what was it back then like?
Everybody was so hype about it back then. Everybody came. Like it was like
everybody and their grandma.
For real. No, for real. Yeah. It was like super. Everybody was just hyped to be able to get a tattoo and not go to jail over it. So, or whatever.
What artist came?
Dude, the first one, I don't remember. It was the third one we did. Our last one was like, we had all the baller people. Nikko was there and some other people.
Who?
Nikko Hurtado.
Who else?
I don't remember.
Kat Von D.
That was the first one. Yeah, you're right. Kat Von D. That's why we did the first.
Man was there.
Yeah.
And
that's why
Oliver Peck came.
No, he never came. Dean Williams, who is no longer with us, and he actually has tattooed my back, a big eagle on my back.
I just laughed at that.
Why are you laughing at Dean not being here? That's fucked up, dude. Dean was a good guy.
That's the way you put it. He's no longer with us.
He's gone.
You fucking Jesus freak. Okay, so I want to start this podcast to like get all spans of life. I specifically want to like target like. I listen to a lot of tattoo podcasts, and they're all very masculine driven, and it's really not about like any apprentices or clients. What are you saying about me
that I'm on your feminine podcast?
You're going to interview me though.
Oh, so yeah. I got questions.
Yeah, he's got questions. I'm so worried.
And this is not pre-rehearsed at all.
Oh my God.
This is probably the first and final podcast.
Dude, he's been so ornery all day. He's been like, this is going to be great. The podcast is going to be so good.
It's going to be amazing.
Oh my God.
Are you ready to start? I already know my first question.
Okay.
Coming out with a banger.
Wait. Let me ask you one thing real quick. Did you think that like having me, I'd actually get to the point of tattooing where I am? I'm not talking about like, you popped out a tattoo artist.
Why am I here today with you?
Yeah, but like, did you think that? Oh yeah, I tattooed him today. I did do that.
Can you see this?
I don't know if you can.
That's why I'm with her.
Yeah, but like, did you think that when I was like 14 and you kind of got me into the idea, did you actually think I was going to really, really pursue it?
Yeah.
Like you didn't, there was no doubt in your head that I wasn't going to be able to do it?
100%.
100%?
Yeah. I don't know if tattoos will be good, but I mean, I knew you would be tattooing.
Yeah.
I never doubted it at all.
Okay.
I think that you threw like a couple hissy fits along the way.
I didn't throw hissy fits. You were mean.
No, you were working at Target. And you fucking threw a fucking hissy fit.
Oh, yeah, I forgot
my art is
that.
Trash. Everything sucks. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, and I was just like, she'll get over it. And you got over it.
I do. I mean, it cycles. It cycles.
I know,
that's how I agree. I mean, you're like that with your stuff. You critique your shit and you're everything. Like, ugh. So, like I told you, if you really want to die, jump off that cliff and your body will save you. So you don't really want to die. You want something in you to die. And that's how I feel about my art. I just want to like get better. And that's why I feel like I want to kill myself whenever my art sucks.
We ready for questions yet?
That was very triggering. Yeah.
Okay. You ready?
Oh, okay.
I'm coming out with the heat. I'm coming out with the heat.
Worried.
Why? It's nothing.
I don't know. You're so ornery.
No. You ready? You ready? Who's your favorite parent? What? It's simple to answer. It's simple to answer. No, it's simple.
No.
It's a 50-50. It's a 50-50. Is it mom or me? Is it mom or me? I'm just asking.
No, mom.
You're a liar.
No.
You're so lying. You have your lie face on. You have your lie face on.
Oh my God. No, because you're both good for different things. Did you notice there's shit on the wall?
Yeah. We're at my Airbnb. It's not my house. I have shit on my house wall. Okay.
Dude, that was a real question.
That's my real question.
No. Oh my God.
Do you want to come with...
Can I answer that question fully though?
Yeah.
Like, you guys both have, like, mom emotionally, I should go to her first. Yeah. Because you're really mean. Like, you don't mean to.
Thanks.
But you're truthful, and when you're emotional, you don't want to hear that. Like, whenever I lost my first apprenticeship and I called you, you were like, best thing that ever happened to you. Get fucking back out there. Like, you didn't. And then I called Mom.
I said, quit being a little bitch. Get your little cry out.
Okay, I made it seem nicer than it actually
and get back out there. And what happened?
I got an apprenticeship.
Look, you did tattoo on me. It worked out.
Yeah.
I told you.
But if I would have called Mom, she could have calmed me down more because I was like driving back home and I was having anxiety.
I wanted you to like feel those emotions and use them to propel you, and you did.
I mean, I did. I went to shops that day too, and then I texted Matt, and so it worked out.
It was way better.
Oh yeah.
Than your previous situation, probably.
Yeah.
Could be.
You never know.
You never know. Okay.
Maybe in an alternate universe.
Yeah.
So.
Man,
that was a lot of questions.
It is. Okay, let's just do this. You tattooed me today. How are you feeling about this tattoo you did on me?
Oh, that was a good question. I wanted to cry when I first got done with the line work.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even as bad as this tattoo that I did on myself. It was just the fact that it's on you, and
Dude, I'm covered in shitty tattoos.
I don't care. You're my dad, and like I really care about you.
Same.
And like I care about your opinion, and I want to put something nice on you, and it makes me feel like shit if I put something
5 or 6 years you'll throw a banger on me. Until then.
I know. I'm saying I just like Nikko Hurtado. I really look up to him, but it's nothing compared to you.
Oh, that's a great segue into another question.
Okay.
So hang on.
Fucking eyebrows went up.
I know. So line work, the color. How do you feel about the color and the shading?
I think I did good on the color, but you have to wait until it's healed. Because, like, I mean, I listen to the guys, and I watch what they do. That's, like, most of what you do at the shop is you draw and you fucking watch them.
Yeah.
And you pick up things, like putting that paper towel there. Like how Matt was showing me the thing with the Sharpie. I already knew. I watched Ben do that on Saturday. Like, you know, you pick up all that stuff. So, like, whenever I would watch Matt pack color in, you do it in, like, a little line, but you do little circles. Mm-hmm. So you pack it in, and then you can whip out.
Yeah.
So I feel like I did pretty, and I mean, even on this, I feel like the red is pretty good on this. Like I did a good job on that, but the black shading sucks. 100%.
It could be better.
It's choppy. I mean, it looks like I bought a machine at home.
Yeah.
With the black shading.
It's probably the worst part of it, but the line work's not bad.
Shit on it, bro.
Anyways, back to Nikko.
What's up with Nikko?
Did you troll Nikko?
Oh, you're so funny. And I can put a little clip on it on TikTok, and then I can tag Nikko.
Did you troll Nikko?
I did troll Nikko.
How'd you troll Nikko? During COVID.
Oh my god. So.
And how old were you?
I was 16.
Yeah.
So Jägermeister, they posted through Nikko. It was like a collaborative post that he was doing during COVID. There was like all that Zoom shit going on where it was like, oh, we're doing Zoom parties. And I did a couple, but this was like specific with celebrities and it was free. You got 30 minutes with whatever. And he was doing it and he had slots and it didn't say if you had to be 21 or anything. So I just booked the slot and they didn't check an ID or nothing. And I got onto the Skype with him. It was him and he talked to me for the full 30 minutes.
But he was like, you're not 18.
I was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, not 19. 16. I was 16 then.
I know, but he said, no, you're not 18.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, 21. You're supposed to.
They're
a liquor company.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So, but I mean, he was super cool. He was in his studio too, so he went around and showed me shit on his
It was very cool of him.
Dude, he was awesome.
Because he could have told you to get fucked.
He really could have, yeah.
I probably would have told you to get fucked.
I think it's the coolest thing because I think one day, like, I want to go to, like, the London Tattoo Convention or Hell City or, like, Golden State, and I want to, like, go up and meet him and be like, do you remember that 16-year-old that trolled you? That was me. Like, you know what I mean? And, like, look, I have, like, made it. Like, I know it right now I'm still, like, an apprentice and everything, but I'm saying in the future, it's like, look, I did do it. I thought it was really cool too because he like doesn't have a lot of younger crowd people who like him.
I agree.
And so he thought it was cool that I was so young. And I mean, I love his work. I think he's just the fucking best at what he does. He is such an amazing portrait artist. Like he kills it. He really does. And he's made a name for himself. I mean, not just like word of mouth, but even on social media.
And now he's on Ink Master.
He is on Ink Master now.
Segway.
He is oh my God.
Do you want the normal one or do you want the heater on the Segway? Speaking of tattoo TV shows, how do you like feel? Are they beneficial or are they detrimental to tattooing?
I think that's like with everything. Everything's beneficial and detrimental. I mean, there's a positive and negative to everything.
So what's positive about like a tattoo show other than
it made it public? Tattoos were like for criminals and outlaws and like ghetto people and like for like hoes. And now it's like there's literally so many white like girls like that are very normal with, you know, you were talking about the Pinterest tattoos. I mean, it's made it so normalized, and it's becoming more of an art now. It's not like oh, it's your motorcycle shop type of situations. It's like more artists, and it's bringing more people into the community. So I think that's a good side aside from it. But I think the negative is it could put a bad light on certain tattoo artists, and it can make tattoo artists egotistical.
Yeah.
And I think that the drama that they create on the shows is really like false, and it's not cool. The only reason I like those shows is to see the work. And like I was telling like Matt, because we had a conversation about this, because you know he doesn't like that shit. But I like it because like they have the elimination challenges at the beginning where they do like, they did that sticky thing where it was those sticky notes on those fucking windows, and one of them made like an aquarium, and one did like it was awesome.
Cool. I liked it.
And they had to team up and work together. I think that's what it should be more about. Yeah. And less about like, why don't you have beef with him, and like this client is gonna hate your fucking tattoo, okay? And it's like, I don't know, I don't like that. And then I feel like they deliberately make things hard for people. I agree. Like they pick terrible clients, and that's not even like the reality of the shop. Like the guys maybe have like one like so client every once in a while, but most of their clientele are good. I mean, that's not like a thing in the real world, like really having that hard of, and people budge because they're not artists. So you can talk people out of stuff. And so I don't know. I think it's a good thing because it made it so public, like Miami Ink and that sort of stuff. Like, I mean, it made celebrities within the tattoo community.
So you're saying I'm a celebrity?
Oh yeah. The Jeep episode, guys. I have it on my phone. I'll put it in. I'll put it in.
Oh, I just thought that was like a very controversial thing that happened because it's like mundane TV shows. That's the only reason I asked.
Yeah. I don't know. I also don't think that they should like. They also have people on there that aren't tattoo artists that will do judging and stuff, and I think that's kind of like not cool. I think it should be weird. Tattoo artists. I also don't. The canvas eliminations I liked a lot. Yeah. The canvases should be able to talk about it, like, because I think it was really funny when they'd be like, "You got a jank ass tattoo, bro." Like that's the Ink Master I grew up on. Yeah. Is the destroying them, which I think is the way to go. I don't like the Ink Master now where they're like, "You did really good. Sorry, you didn't make it." Yeah. Like. That's nice and all, but artists need room to grow. And if you're constantly like inflating their ego, they're going to think that and they're going to get stuck. And then they're never going to
So basically they all get participation trophies now.
They do. They basically do. I mean, somebody wins Ink Master, but like the last season just happened. I don't even know who won Ink Master because I didn't even finish it. Like it was so boring to not watch Dave Navarro. I mean, not Dave Navarro. Chris Nunez rip people apart. I mean, especially with the traditional Japanese stuff. He was difficult with people on that.
Speaking of segue, what's your favorite?
Stop saying segue.
It's a segue, dude.
No cap.
Oh my God. On God. Okay. What's your favorite style of tattoo?
Like on me or to do on other people?
What? Yes. All of it.
All of it on me. Traditional. You grew me up on traditional. Traditional is the best. Look at stuff that's on you that's not traditional. It sucks.
Yeah, it does.
Your tattoos suck. They do. They do.
It's like not hurt my feelings.
Like I don't know. Which is like something a lot of people get irritated at me about. Like old people, they're like, you only have like 3 tattoos. It's like, I'm only 19. They cost so much money, and I'm trying not to be filled up like my dad is and how my mom is, because you guys are just sitting around at the tattoo shop. Like, that sounds good. Do that on me.
Basically.
You know, like, and I don't, like, I want tattoos, but I want shit that's going to be cool and that'll, like, I have, like, friends now who are like, man, I regret my tattoos, because they were starting to fill up when they first turned 18, and it's like, you're going to lose space. You know what I mean?
And you change so much so fast.
You change. But I think Bold Will Hold in traditional is like one of the best. I don't think color traditional is as good as just black and gray traditional, because I think that color in the sunlight, it affects it. I think it looks pretty now, but that's like the whole thing, which, I mean, look I only have color on me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry, I'm just thinking of a follow-up question about traditional.
Oh God.
Would you get tattooed by Oliver Peck?
I haven't finished. Dude, you can't. You gotta quit doing that shit.
It's so good.
This is why Sabelle said in the tarot cards I'm gonna get canceled. There's gonna be a group of people canceling me. They're gonna cancel me through you.
It's so good.
Well, you came out of his nutsack, bro.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Anyway, I didn't even get to finish my question, bro.
Go for it. Keep going.
Traditional on me. Other people, I want to do portraits. 100%. And I honestly thought, like,
so you wouldn't get a portrait from like somebody that's like really good at, like, if Nikko
I don't know
wanted
who I would want to put on me.
Oh,
I don't have somebody enough that I would want to be like, I want them on me.
Does that count?
That's a doggy. That's a little bit different. And pet portraits are different than like, I want like a neo-traditional Sook on my thigh. I want to give her little monkey, that she plays with. That's her first toy I got her. But like, I want that with like some flowers around it, very, on my thigh. But like a portrait, I don't know. I don't know if I'd get like, I don't know. I got asked that whenever I was at my last apprenticeship. They thought it was really weird because they were like, well, you want to be a portrait artist, but you don't need portraits.
But you're just like good at drawing them, to be fair.
What's weird is like, I don't know why that's such a big deal. Like, if your chef doesn't eat the food that he makes you, but it's good food, does it matter? Like, do you know what I mean? If your doctor hasn't ever gotten a root canal before, like your dentist, and he's giving you a root canal, does it matter? No. Like, I saw this girl.
So then, like, if you're an ink master judge and you're not a tattooer, does it matter?
No, that's different.
No, really?
No, that's different. No, I'm saying like, I'm saying like, if you are good at your craft, why does it matter if you have tattoos or not, or specific tattoos?
Yeah,
I don't think, and it's weird.
I think you'll end up getting some sort of portrait on you from somebody because you'll get good at portraits, and then somebody will like. That's
I don't know who I'd want on me. I don't want any like celebrities. So
that's fair. That's fair.
They could be Lizzo and they could be raping people. Fair. So I don't. But like, and I don't know if I'd want like you or mom, because if I did you, then mom would be mad, and if I did mom, you would
could not
weird.
Do me. You'd have to do it because you got to do a portrait of mom.
I don't know. I don't even like.
I want to stay married.
I just like traditional. I don't, and that's also a reason because I don't even I don't want that style because I don't want to have a bunch of mishmash of stuff either.
Yeah.
Like I want just traditional. I mean, you have fucking like what is that Chinese lettering on you? Yeah. You're the most white man ever. Like
I'm getting canceled for what you just said on my arm. I can't have that.
Yeah, you can't have that.
I know.
What does that say? Mukbang?
The middle is bukkake.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's supposed to say
Jeffrey Epstein was right.
What does it say? Perpetual universe.
You don't even remember what it says.
Dude, I was like 18. I'm 45.
Exactly, and that's another reason.
Perpetual universe travel. Basically, we can never die. We're just like energy, and we just keep going. Okay. It made total sense at 18. No. Okay. Not at all. I probably wouldn't have got it.
God, those are so many questions.
Dude, there's so many.
Let's take a word from our sponsor.
Oh, when did you decide you wanted to be a tattoo artist?
That's so easy. You know that. 14.
Yeah. Why though? Like what clicked finally? What clicked?
You.
I clicked.
That's the only. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I like the puzzle piece.
Yeah.
Boop, 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 boop.
So it's my fault? You don't think you would have done it if I wouldn't have like...
No, I don't think so.
Really?
I really don't think so.
You're welcome.
Because I'm a weird person, and I think it fits me very well to be a tattoo artist with how...
Because you can continue to be weird.
I can continue to be weird. Yeah. I mean, I was like...
So you wouldn't like sit at a desk job in an office?
I would shoot myself with a shotgun.
Yeah.
I would Kurt Cobain. I would not do that. I would be Bradley from Sublime and shoot up heroin. That's not happening. I will. So I knew I wanted to do something like, and I'm an Aquarius, so we want to do like world changing stuff.
That's your shit.
And I feel like with tattooing, like especially portraits, you can commemorate people, and that was a big thing for me that I liked because I could help somebody through a difficult period, like their son died, or they're remembering their grandma or their parent or whatever, their dog. Like I think that is such a cool, and then you have it on you forever. So it's like if I got sick on me and I'm at work and I'm missing her, it's like, oh, I have a little piece of her with me. You know what I mean? Yeah. But like also I got my first job at 14 too. And I started working as the host and busser, and they were taking advantage of me because they were having me work longer hours than I was legally supposed to. And I was like closing for the servers while they sat at the bar and drank margaritas. So like, and then my manager there, she had been working there for 8 years, and she graduated high school and didn't do anything with her life. And she had been working restaurants, and she had like a limp and was like, go to college.
She said she had a limp.
No, she fucking did.
What does the limp have to do with anything?
Because she
so now you hate disabled people? Shit, what is your problem?
You're literally trying to start drama, bro.
I'm not, dude. You said it.
Putting words in my mouth.
You're basically Lizzo.
No, she had the limp from working.
Oh, like, for real?
Yes.
Damn, that's fucked up.
And so she told me all the time, go to college, like do something like that, because she got stuck.
Yeah.
And like, and every job I went to after that.
So you're going to go to college?
No.
Okay.
But every job I went to after that, it was people your fucking age for some reason that were stuck in those dead end careers. And I didn't want to be that. And they were around like teenagers, which I always thought was like weird. Like, why don't you get like a normal office job or something weirdo? Like you're working as a restaurant manager talking to 16-year-olds. You know, and that implemented in my brain, I really don't want to get stuck like these people. Like how I don't want to currently get stuck in Oklahoma. Like I don't want to be here. I want to go somewhere. And if I can make tattooing happen, I can make that happen wherever I end up. But like, and then you guys, when we moved into Evergreen, how old was I when we moved to Evergreen?
It was 2016, 12? So 12.
When you guys left shit down there in the basement, and I moved into the basement, and you guys left a box down there, and I used it as a side table for a long time because I didn't know what was in it. And then I opened it up one day because I got bored. This was around when I was 14. All of it was convention artwork from tattoo stuff, and I really loved it. I thought it was the most fucking wicked shit ever. I mean, it was so sick. Like all those fucking demons. I mean, I have some of it in my booth. That was so cool. It was like, wow, these are so outlandish and awesome. Like, I just thought it was really cool. And then you started bringing it up to me because I was thinking about, for a while, art therapy. And then for a while, I was thinking about art restoration, which Mom was really into.
Art restoration would be kind of cool.
It is, but you have to go to like another country to be able to do that shit because you have to go to school for it. So I just think this was like the most feasible thing for me to do. And you get paid daily to better yourself in your craft. Like it is the coolest fucking job. And you make something on somebody that they're gonna like pretty much hopefully love for most of their life. You know, like even if that fucking sucks, your daughter did it. You know what I mean? It holds a special place in your heart. Yeah.
What? It's amazing.
But I don't know. I'm pretty happy with where I am. I'm so happy I worked for it. I really am. Because during COVID, I stayed up late and I would just draw. That's all I do is I work on my portraits and I do one after the other, after the other, after the other. I mean, by the time we moved here, I had a whole new portfolio because I was drawing that much. So that was the portfolio I went around and showed shops. Like, and I don't know. And I'm happy for your connections too. I am a Nepo baby.
I was going to say Nepo baby.
I'm a nepotism baby. But like, I think that's stupid though, because I feel like even if like you wouldn't have known Matt, I think it's just a cool thing you knew him because he remembers me when I was a little kid. So he thinks it's like crazy. It's like full circle. But it's like,
he met you when you were like 3.
If my art would have sucked, but he came to Eureka, do you remember?
No, I know, but I'm just saying like when he originally met you, you were literally 3 and then he just apprenticed you.
Yeah,
like,
it's crazy.
It's weird.
Yeah. But like, I'm saying like, if my art would have sucked, he would have told me to go fuck myself.
I agree.
Just because your kid doesn't make any difference. You know what I mean? So I think I really worked for, and I don't want anybody to give me something just because of like who I know.
Can I give you a hug?
Or who I am right now?
I don't know.
That's we'll wait
later. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Next question.
Where's Ava in 5 to 10 years?
Oh, that's hard. I don't know.
We'll just go 5. I don't know. 25? You'll be 20. Let's do 25 when you're 25. 6 years. 6-ish years.
I'm hoping I'll have a partner, but like somebody who's in the tattoo industry. I really would like somebody who's because it's hard to, and I've seen it with other tattooers, to date somebody or have like a wife or a husband and they don't understand tattooing. Like when they call you can't pick up your tattooing. You stay and you do late tattoos. You're around a lot of attractive people too sometimes when you tattoo, and that can make people feel weird.
I got the next segue. Just putting it back in the bank.
So I'd like somebody who's creatively inclined like that, preferably tattooing, because I think it would be cool because then we could work at the shop together and then we could always see each other, which I think would be super awesome. I saw this video and it was this couple in London and they were getting interviewed about, wow, you guys see each other every day and you go home and you see
what's this partner like? Describe this partner to me.
Oh, I don't know.
What's this? Let's put it out in the world.
Manifesting.
Yeah, let's do it.
I don't know. I want them to like animals because I don't want kids. So I want to, and I don't want them to try to pressure me to have kids.
Kids are terrible.
I know.
Don't ever have them.
I know. You should be bored of me.
Hella disappointing.
Pro-abortion. Got that hanger on. I want somebody who likes animals because I really want to rescue animals. And I would love to, if at some point, I don't really want to open up a tattoo shop anymore, to be honest with you. It's too much work. And I also don't want to do have walk-ins and deal with the general public at some point one day. Apprentice studio would be legit. I'd love to apprentice somebody at some point. I want to apprentice a girl, like hardcore. I'd make curriculum for her. Like I'd have books for her to read. I'd make her watch documentaries. I'd have her write. Like I have thought about this intensely about what I'd have somebody do. And depending on what they do art wise, like, I mean, I would want to show them the traditional fundamentals, because I think even though I did portraits and that was awesome, Matt teaching me traditional was good. Because what the fuck else was I going to do on you for my second tattoo? A fucking jank ass portrait? Like, no way.
It would have been amazing.
Dude, it would have been so messed up. It would have looked like Sloth from the Goonies.
It would have been awesome.
Like, so
hey, you guys.
I don't know. I want the person to like animals and to be a tattoo artist. I'd really like if they like, because I'm a traditional gal, I gotta say. I'd like if they would take up more manly things and do stuff like hang up TVs. And I can do it. I'm not saying I can't. I hung up all my shit in my booth, and I did all that by myself. I built my shelf in my booth. I built my chair, all of that. But I'd still like if somebody could be, I just think that's kind of hot. Like for somebody to build shit. And guys a lot nowadays don't get taught that shit anymore. So I think it's a great skill to have. I don't know.
We're designing. We're manifesting.
We're designing and manifesting.
It's a guy.
Yeah.
That likes to build with wood like Jesus.
Tall, skinny.
Muscles
like,
or no muscles?
I don't like muscles.
Like Dave Navarro, like...
No, because he's like...
skanky vegan, skinny.
I love Dave Navarro.
I'm vegan, I can say that.
He's my...
What? I don't want to get canceled, dude. I'm fucking vegan.
He's my childhood crush, but man, he's not attractive physically anymore. When he was younger, hell yeah. When his mom died.
Like Jane's Addiction younger?
Yes, when his mom died and he was put on trial for that. And those videos, I watched those videos when I was younger, and I was like... I'm just kidding.
Oh, you got young Dave Navarro in the spank bank.
Yeah.
So hang on. I feel like you might be into like Machine Gun Kelly.
No, I'm not Megan Fox, even though we have the same thumbs. No way.
Why do you want a girl apprentice?
Because there's too many men in the industry. I'm not giving another man a career in this industry. It is too saturated with men. And then the women who do have career are kind of like...
So you're sexist. Dude, you're just knocking them out of the park on this interview. God. Jesus Christ.
I'm not sexist.
I'm just kidding.
I love men. Like, you guys are great. You guys are a nice little treat.
You're amazing.
But, like, it's
I get
so
it, though.
sexist.
It's very sexist.
It's horrible.
It is.
It's
but
awful.
Do you think that, like... with the younger people, it is starting to change, so it's not as bad. Like, cause I think that like the people I see at younger shops.
I mean, there's negatives to both though, because you have the bikers who are like horribly racist and sexist. Girls can't tattoo, like kill them, shit like that. Yeah. And then you have the flip side where it's like, oh, don't say that. Like you can't say like when I worked over there, I joked about mom having cancer, and there was a new kid, and they freaked the fuck. You can't joke about that. I'm like, that's not your trauma. You don't even know what the fuck I'm going through, bro. Yeah, like I got that generational shit. I can joke about it. Like, no, literally, and like all my friends backed me up though. They were like, that's her fucking thing. Her mom had cancer. She just recently went through that.
But to be fair, I mean, you learned that from me, and that's how we just deal with shit.
It is. I joke about it.
Like everything, literally. Everything, even mom getting cancer and possibly dying, it's a joke the whole time. No, literally. Yeah. Like whenever she like got off of like she came home, she sounded like Marge Simpson for a long time. Joked about it, like she had been chain smoking cigarettes. It's like, but like some people think that's mean, and some people can't like. And I think that's the flip side. And I think there needs to be in the middle, like how me and my friends are. Like we can still joke about stuff and know that it's not offensive. We're not directing it towards anybody. It's never, I would never intentionally be mean to somebody or like be a bigot or horrible. Like, you know, just, the way he raised me, I'd never, but I make jokes, and it's comedy, and people get offended by that. And I definitely think that's the verses. You know what I mean? That's true. So, I mean, I think it is getting better, but I think there is that sort of problem still. Somebody explained to me that situation is like a slingshot. Mm-hmm. And so you have basically the old school biker hardcore guys pulled back that are like racist, homophobic, now transphobic. Like we can do all the phobics. And then the only thing, the drag queens, the litter boxes in the schools and the furries, the whole thing. And then you pull it back and then you let it go. And it was way over here, and it has to slingshot way the other way to balance it. And so that's why you get like the other side of the younger kids, and they're offended by literally every fucking thing. But some of it's good though, because I saw like on TikTok, I saw this all autistic tattoo shop.
and it was dedicated for autistic people because I didn't like think about this, but neurodivergent people, they get so overly stimulated and sensitive.
Dude, crazy. Yeah.
So they come into this tattoo shop and they work with people who understand because they are neurodivergent like them, and they have stuffed animals and like squeaky things for them to like hold while they're getting tattooed. They have I mean, it was awesome. Like that's so cool.
It's pretty cool
to think about that. Like imagine having an all gay shop. Like think about how you could really relate with your tattoo artist.
How can I phrase this so I don't get canceled?
You're so worried about getting canceled?
I'm not really.
I'm gonna turn the comments off.
I don't even have a job. Do you think the girls do themselves any favors by bringing so much attention, and not like what they wear or anything like that? I'm not like trying to like slut shame anybody or anything like that because I don't give a fuck what anybody does.
What do you mean attention? Like what?
To their body and their looks only. Like,
but that's not fair because like when I like want to wear, I don't wear makeup a lot. I've never really worn makeup a lot. I mean, when I was in middle school, we went through the recognized phase. Okay, but like. I don't, because I feel like it's not fair because like you guys could be like fucking warts and pimples and girls still have to love you. So why is it fair that I have to wear all this shit to make myself look, you know? You don't. So I don't wear a lot of makeup, but when I do wear makeup, it's because I feel myself and I want to like dress myself up. So that's not fair to be like, because that's wrong. The guy shouldn't be thinking that. You shouldn't be thinking that. Maybe she's wearing that for herself. So that's not good. Sometimes I want to wear a dress to the shop and it gets me unwanted attention.
Somebody told me that girls, because guys don't give a fuck.
They do though. You guys biologically give a fuck.
Hang on though. So anybody that's been with their woman for a long time, their woman has that homeless outfit that she hangs out in the house in, and she literally looks like a homeless person.
I look like that all the time.
And you're literally still attracted to her. It doesn't matter. Yeah. So a girl getting dolled up is usually for other girls or themselves, which is still a girl. Yeah. It's usually not for the guys. Well, because we don't give a fuck.
I know.
You can look homeless and we're like,
when I would go on dates, I'd wear makeup for the first time and like doll myself up because I really wanted to feel myself and look pretty. But here's the deal. Like when I dated Deadbeat, he started being like, because I stopped wearing makeup because I felt comfortable around him. He was like, why aren't you wearing makeup? Why aren't you like, so I think guys do care. The OnlyFans on top of like your tattoo career. That's what they want to do. And I'm not saying like good or bad, but does it detract from their tattoo career at all? Or is it just like a good hustle? Because like, damn, it detracts from their career. And I think that's because like, then they have guys specifically wanting to book with them because they're doing that. And I mean, that's the same with like Kat Von D. You know, you got me a book that she has and she has a whole, like she's in a bikini where you can almost see her nips and it's like full body shot. It's showing off her tattoos. Yeah. But it's also like she did a lot of that stuff back then and she did it all over Peck and she was like a sex icon. She was. You know, she like kind of Pamela Anderson, but tattoo. Yeah. So I think, and it detracts from her career but I think those are good side hustles. Like I don't like get onto it. Like she has a makeup company. She does. She did clothing at one point. She has these books that she comes out with. I mean, she's a hustler like crazy, you know? I mean, the same could be said for like YouTubers who are doing OnlyFans now. You said, what about this? You said on Black Ink Crew, Pussy Destroyer's doing one. Pussy Destroyer. What's his name? I don't know his name. Vagina Slayer. So close. Basically the same thing. You said he's doing one. Does that detract from his career? I think that see. No, hang on. I think I don't know what he does in his life. I don't like troll him on Instagram or I don't know anything about what's going on. I see him on that TV show. And seeing him on that TV show, it seems like that he's focusing on that because he's making a lot of money right now, like a lot. I would focus on that and I would kind of like sideline tattooing personally. Yeah. I mean, that's what. And I don't look at him differently. With her makeup. Yeah. She does. Yeah. She's booked out for centuries and who knows how many days a week she's booking, maybe a couple a month. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, cause she has these, like, if I had that opportunity, I would 100% do that. I would never do modeling or anything like that. Yeah. I don't like myself enough. That's truly what it is. I could not like. So then basically the whole like male whiteness of the industry or just male of the industry needs to change their thought patterns because like you can be a serious tattooer, you could be a model, you can maybe even have an OnlyFans. Yeah, but their attitudes need to change because it's also a lot of time it's like, well, did you suck your mentor's dick to get your tattoo apprenticeship? There's shit like that that gets asked. Yeah, I know. Or like I went to the tattoo shop down over here and they were like, we don't want to apprentice you, you're a girl. What does that have to do with anything? Literally, what does that have to? Yeah. Like, it seriously has, I mean, if my art's good, that's all that should matter, you know? Like, I mean, that's what I tell kids who call. I'm like, you need to go around with a portfolio and you need to, like, go out there with your art. I mean, we have girls that come in and they're alternative like me. They're probably, like, more TikTok Gen Z than I am. Yeah. But they don't come in with a portfolio. They simply ask. And it's like, well, you could have literally shown him work. And then Matt, even though he can't apprentice, you could have been like, you could go to this, and this person. Because that's what I did. It was like a wild goose chase around the city. Like, I'd literally go from one shop to another, and then I'd go back and annoy other people I really like.
But it was also about timing because, like,
it was
the way it's done here, they have to have the space to be able to bring you in.
Yeah, definitely.
They can't
because I feel like
Texas,
Texas, they pump them out. Because, I mean, you can just start on day one tax. Yeah. So I don't know what their rules and legality are, but I know when I went there, it was like I met a person and they had gone through 3 apprenticeships. None of them worked out. 2 with a man, and then
it was a girl that did apprenticeship.
Yes, and then 1 with a girl, and she said actually the girl was the worst apprenticeship because she treated her awful and she was really like body shaming. Like they opened up their own studio. Oh, yeah. Nice. They can just do that in Texas. Yeah. You don't even have to. They bought a license for a little studio and they own their own studio. And I see them on Instagram because we followed each other. Yeah. Doing great. Doing so good. But like, that's like what happened. They tried 3 different apprenticeships and it didn't work out. So it's like now they just open up a studio. I don't know if it should be like that everywhere. I don't think a person who's just learning to tattoo should be able to open something on day one. Yeah. That's like a lot of things that I see in Colorado and other places is a lot of apprentices just like straight up opening a studio. I would never think about opening like a studio until I'm like, 20 years in the game. Like seriously. And I wouldn't even be doing
mark this day that you said that.
I'd be like 40.
You're going to call me in like a few years and like, Dad, I think I want to open a studio.
I don't want to. If I opened a studio, it would be private. Yeah. And then maybe like a couple of people that I like or guest spots even. And then 1 apprentice.
Would you ever tattoo a butthole? So, would you ever tattoo a butthole?
Dude, fuck yeah. I told the guys I'd only tattoo a girl's butthole.
That's what I was going to ask.
And they said that's sexist. Maybe. But guys are like, you guys are all hairy down. Man,
if it came in pre-shaved.
My last boyfriend, after we got done, he bent over and he picked up his pants. And then I rolled over at the wrong time and it was just butt cheeks. And then his butt cheeks opened and it was just like a forest.
So if it was pre-shaved, would you do it?
Like shower, shave, douche.
Are we getting on Grindr? What are we doing, dude?
I don't know. Girls can be girls too, 100%. Like, I think about that. Girls will come in and they'll be just, it's humid here. And I sweat bad.
Swampy as fuck.
Yeah, I sweat really bad. So I'm like, imagine girls coming in. They're fucking sweating bad. And then you got to get tattooed in certain places. I think about it being stinky. And that's just with everybody. That's not.
I get like the idea though of just tattooing a girl butthole versus a dude butthole though. Like, yeah. It makes more sense.
And you guys are blown out. Like, unless you're like a porn star or like hemorrhoids. But you guys are like, dude, I have to clean the bathroom at work. It's bad. I go in there and it's like on the seat itself. Like, oh shit. I blow up the bathroom there too, though. I fucking turn the water on so nobody hears. And then I'll hear them grab needles and I'll suck it back.
You fucking reversed prairie dog, dude.
Because I don't want them to hear. I'm like, I can't let them hear the little poop.
Shit.
I was about to clean the bathroom, so it wasn't a big deal. But I had the water on, and thank God it was like only Matt there, so he was all the way up to the front. But I just went, and it fucking just went all over the inside of the toilet seat, and I was like, oh no, oh man, yeah, but girl butthole for real.
What is there like anything you wouldn't tattoo other than like dude butthole? Like probably just dude's junk and the whole general.
I want to tattoo a penis. How do you even tattoo a penis? And then what happens if he gets hard while you're tattooing? That's weird, bro. Like I've even seen interviews with girls that are like, I was just tattooing his thigh and he just got fucking hard. That's nasty. What is wrong with you? I can fucking stab it. Like, get out of my fucking studio. No.
So no like junk area on dudes.
I think I tattoo a vagina.
That was my next question.
100%. Yeah. Like, do you remember? You watched Joyride, all of it, right? Did you?
Yes.
She had a demon on her pussy.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
She had, 100% would do something like that. Like, dude, if somebody let me put a fucking demon on their vagina, book with me. Then I do it.
Then is there stuff that you just wouldn't tattoo on people? Probably like hate symbols.
Oh yeah, hate symbols 100%. I saw recently, I don't know if you ever saw this trend. Sabelle was actually the one who put me on it, but Generation Z was getting a tattoo and it was a Z with a little slit through it. And
like Zorro?
No. It was actually a Nazi symbol and they didn't
that's
thousands of Gen Z kids got this tattoo behind their ear, on their wrist, all this stuff, and then it got like told that, hey, this was originally like used in Germany. It was a Nazi symbol. And so people stopped getting it tattooed. But like, I'd want to do research like that too. So then I could be like, if somebody came in and it's not something I quite know about, or like foreign language, I am not tattooing Chinese on some white man's arm. I don't speak Chinese. I can't do that for you. What if I mess it up? I don't feel comfortable doing something like that. Bro, both of our dogs are stinky. I smell both of them at the same time. We both got those stinky dogs.
It's so hot and swampy here.
I know we can't have the air conditioning running.
I just got out of the shower. I think it was more you than me.
They were in them Doc Martens too. They were cooking, bro.
They're all marinated.
Fucking Matt, he was doing this tattoo. He was like, "Take your sock off," and I took it off, and it was like, "Oh no!" I put it back on. I was like, "I can't take it off." And then he had to hold my foot. Assuming it was so sweaty. Oh my god, bro.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Holy shit.
What are you most looking forward to, like your future tattoo? Like self, like you being a future tattooer, like what are you most looking forward to?
There's so many things. That's not a clear question. Like there's like a top 5.
Okay. That was easy.
Travel first.
Got 4 more.
I don't know if there's actually 5. I was just saying,
I'm holding you to it. Let's do it. We got 1. Travel.
Saving the doggos. Okay. No, for real. I was going to tell you though, I would never open up a tattoo studio, but I would like open up a dog shelter.
Yeah.
And do that. Like 100%, like have like volunteers and get like with tattooing, because I could supply them with like toys and food and give them a good shelter life. And through tattooing, I could help people adopt dogs and shit.
Yeah. Like
I would love to have like a little sanctuary for dogs one day.
And you name all of the dogs after famous tattooers.
Oh, I was like gonna like name them all Pablo, even the girls.
No, like or as you get them in, you name them after the current cast of Ink Master.
Oh my god! You have to adopt him now. Yeah. He's your name. It's like Vagina's like you gotta adopt him. Oh man,
it's like a little Frenchy bulldog.
Yeah. So I think traveling's the top though. Learning from other cultures and other tattoo artists. I love to learn and to get new techniques. And I think that everybody can teach you something. That's something you taught me. Because you never shied away from talking to anybody. Because everybody has something to say. I don't care what fucking age you are. I see those recess like interviews that guy does with those kids. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they be saying some inspirational shit. Like I love Corn. Like I love those kids.
Corn with the K or C?
With the C.
Okay.
No, have you not seen that video? It's the kid. He's like, I love Corn. And they remixed it. No. And they made it to like a fucking song. Yeah. It's great. I don't know. I think traveling and having experiences, because I'm young and I don't want to have kids and I want to I just want to be out there. I want to live my life. Like, we got one life. YOLO. You only live once.
Oh, YOLO?
Bitch.
Okay, that makes sense. I got you.
Yeah, YOLO. Straight up. That's how I feel about life.
So you're going to YOLO?
Yeah.
With the doggos.
I'm also such a paranoid, anxious person.
You are.
So I'd really like to get out of my shell and go do stuff. And I feel like that's because of I tell people this all the time, but I had such a good family life. And I'm so grateful for that. But I had an awful friendship life. I have horrible relationships with people outside of my family.
That's actually one of my questions I didn't ask.
But I feel like I have trouble with friends and people. And especially in my age group, I've always been friends with older people. It's really hard for me to get along with people who are younger. But then I also have the problem with some people are older and they don't want to talk to me because they think because of my age that I don't have anything substantial to say or something like that. Or they can't get along with me. So I would never switch that though, because I know a lot of people who have had awful home lives, but they've had just the bestest friends ever. And I think that's going to change when I'm getting older and
I agree.
Being in the tattoo industry. But that's also like earlier I was talking about, that was one of my things that I hope happens in where does Ava in 5 years? Because I hope I have a partner, because I always have liked having somebody by me to help me with my anxiety. Whenever we lived in Colorado, it was Sabelle. Me and her went everywhere. She was my bud. So, and I feel like I can't really go places without somebody else. I feel scared, genuine. And the climate for women, especially in Oklahoma, being in a southern state, and it's not very nice here. Compared to Colorado, where I grew up and we could walk around everywhere. We could walk around the plaza right here. You walk down just a little bit that way and it's you're going to get shanked. What was your segue question?
When you were younger, you said you didn't have the best relationships with friends and whatnot, and you were actually bullied quite heavily. How do you think that affects you now, like with what you're doing? And how do you think it'll affect you in the future with things that you haven't done yet, but you plan on doing?
I think it makes me so empathetic with others.
Yeah.
Because I always think, especially like when mom was going through her cancer stuff, and I really only told like Jenna when I was working at the press. Jenna and Shay, that was like it. And I was going through it heavy, and I was like struggling with work, and they were the only people who knew. And people were mean to me. They were like, "You're fucking not doing good today. Like you need to like blah," because I wasn't doing good at work because I was thinking about mom or like stuff like that. And it's like you don't know what people are going through.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like I just think that you should just try to be nice to everybody, even like the crazy fucking people, because you don't know, man. You literally don't know their life. I don't know. And that's why I like to joke about stuff. It makes me feel better about like what happened to me, like bullying wise. I don't know. And then there's always like the, like being in the restaurant industry, it was just like old, gross, creepy men. And that stuck with me too. And I don't like talking about that stuff because they said like really inappropriate things to me. It's made me uncomfortable growing up. And it's like also made me have like body dysphoria of like, I feel really good in my room and I'll have like a cute dress on and then I'll be like, I can't fucking wear this to the shop. Like I don't want like people, I don't want them looking at my body. I mean, want them feeling that way about me.
You already get creepy dudes in your DMs.
And I haven't even, I look like a troll at the shop.
I wouldn't say you look like a troll, but it's fucking gross, dude. These are the dudes that are like my age.
I know.
Out there trolling
you. And then there's people that are Lexi's age, and I still think that's too old. Why are you hitting on a 19-year-old? There's literally Tinder, Grindr, like Bumble, Harmony, like eHarmony, whatever. Go on there and find somebody your age. It's very strange. Like I think it's a grooming situation. It's definitely like I think that younger people are easier to manipulate situation. I don't know. I think it's gross. Like don't hit on your female tattoo artists. Don't hit on female clients. They don't want it. There's nobody is, unless they're like, so you're saying, send me that dick pic, man.
No, hang on. No. Every woman loves an unsolicited dick pic. You are a liar. That is a falsehood.
It's just like an eggplant you're holding.
Just you need at least 10 random dick pics a day. Man. It makes the day.
I don't know.
I don't understand. It's kind of weird. Obviously, I'm old and married and been the same person forever. But I don't get why people are sending pictures of their dick unsolicited to people.
It's disgusting.
And I don't get...
Who wants to see that?
Well, to even like take it a step further, like if that person you're into or you're lusting after or you want to fuck or smash or however you want to put it, you're in the same room with them and you pull down your pants and you show your dick, you go to jail. Am I wrong? You go to jail. You are a sex offender because you're disgusting.
Funny.
But if you're in your house and she's in her house and you take a picture of your dick
on Snapchat and it lasts for 5 seconds
and you digitally transmit your dick into her phone, into her house, everything's legit and you're not a sex offender.
Yeah. I've had such a good dad, but my experiences with men outside of my family have been disgusting. It really has. So like, and I think that's another thing of why I don't like to go out is because I'm scared of men. Men really easily approach me and they want to talk to me and they think because I'm dressed all weird, I'm like kinky or like I'm a freak or I'm like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't like to go out by myself and do stuff like that. And even like wearing this, I'm self-conscious and I'm like always like writing it down because I'm like, oh, are these shorts too short? Like, like I don't know. So yeah.
So just hang with dogs.
Literally. Yeah.
So, but like I see the shift in the industry and just things in general, I think as a whole, and I think the industry is a reflection of what goes on out in the world. And I see the younger kids no different than how there are conservative states or conservative representatives that want to pass laws to make it so, you know, if you're 18, you can't vote, you got to be 24 or something like that.
What? I didn't know about that.
It's just some different people are talking about.
What's the point of being 18 so you can go off to war and die for them? Like,
well, yeah, you'd still be able to go to war, but you couldn't vote. Crazy. But, you know, it's because younger kids are more open-minded and quote unquote liberal. And I hate using that word. I hate that being like empathetic and sympathetic and caring about other people is considered liberal. That's weird. Mm-hmm. Like that doesn't even make sense to me.
You know, my whole thing is like, I mean, and it's the same thing with tattoo people. It's like, it's not your life. Why do you even fucking care?
Yeah.
Straight up. Like, no, that's why I don't understand how women can't be in the industry. Why? You don't have to have a woman at your fucking shop, but why do you actively go out of your way to like do that hate speech and like.
And they have a partner that's a woman.
Yes.
And they might have a daughter.
Yes.
It's so weird.
Oh my God. I mean, did you see that? Like when you were owning the tattoo shops and stuff, you had me and Lex and Bella, and did you ever advocate or like be like, hey guys, that's not cool? Because I mean, you had some trashy motherfuckers work for you.
From my experiences, and it's not all of them, but the ones that would be like that were like that to another degree, and it was fucking disgusting. And it was about like, they always all had a partner.
Oh yeah.
The partner.
That's a big thing in the tattoo industry.
The partner never knows, and they're just out there like trying to conquer and conquer and conquer. Like every female they tattoo is a fucking conquest to like sleep with somehow. I mean, and the ones that do it, like I'm talking like literally like 100+ people in a short.
That's
like
so disgusting.
Like, yeah. Did I advocate? I didn't advocate. I didn't do shit, to tell you the truth.
If you could go back, would you have done shit and like fired them or been like, dude, that's not fucking cool,
on the last
wife or something?
On the last person that was that way, because a couple of them stand out. I definitely wouldn't name any names or anything like that, but a couple of them stand out as like the worst offenders. And really, yeah, probably 2. The second one, I was like, okay, I learned a really good lesson. Like that person is just that way in every facet of their life. So if they're doing that to the partner that they say they love and they might have kids with and shit, what the fuck are they doing to you?
Yeah.
Like, if they're working at, like at the time, they're working at my shop, what are they doing to me? So like, I learned like when those type of people start to like, you just nip it in the bud because they're not trustworthy. They're not, they have nobody's best interest
they only care about themselves.
They care about themselves. They care about their dick. They care about their wallet and whatever they can do to make their wallet fatter and their dick temporarily happy. That's what they do. And the rest is just noise to them. So I did eventually learn. It took me a little bit.
If you could go back in time, what would you do differently with the shops? Like all of that, just in general, like would you hire the similar people? How would the shop dynamic be? Like in specific, and you did it at a time it was illegal too, so you had more leeway because there weren't established rules yet. So it was kind of like just like
it was a free for all.
Yeah, dude. It was a free for all. It was anarchy. It
was literal free for all anarchy. There was nobody to like answer to. You could do whatever you wanted to a degree, like, and get away with it. Like there was no rules on how your shop was set up or how it had to look or sanitation or sterilization or anything. Like there was none of that existed yet because it was all illegal. But that being said, I was really young then.
So you were stupid.
So I was definitely not as mature as I am now. Or old. And I think back, so it's like 18 years ago. So I was still, I was in my 20s.
Yeah.
Damn. So I was in my 20s and that was a long time ago. And I was a very hyper person. I was a very more is better person at everything in my life. That's why I was an alcoholic. More is better. 1 beer is good. 12 beers is amazing. And then you compound that every single day. Awesome. So I was more is better. And so that was why we had so many shops. We had 4 shops. That's why I threw in the tattoo convention. In hindsight, none of that was good. I did the people that worked with us a disservice by doing it that way. I should have had one place that we really paid attention to and that we really put our all into. And I would have done how they paid out the structure. I would have done it differently. Back then it was 50-50 was very normal. And we buy some supplies and stuff like that. And that was very normal.
That's for like an artist who's even been tattooing for a while. It's just 50-50. That was with everybody.
Yes. Some people were 60-40 starting to back then.
So real quick, I have a question. So would you how many people did you average at a shop? Like how many people did you have at each shop?
2 to 4, depending on the shop.
So why didn't you just have one shop, big warehouse with like 12 or 14 artists instead? Because a lot of shops do that now. They have one location with a bunch of artists.
I agree. Hindsight, that's what I would do.
Yeah.
And I would charge booth rent so that everybody knows what page we're all on. It's easier for the person who owns the shop to budget. And knowing, learning business the past 20 years, or I guess 18 years since then, it would have been better for the business owner and it would be better for the people at the shop, because what we saw happen was we had a lot of theft of people doing a bunch of tattoos and not putting them on the books and keeping all the money. And if you do booth rent, then they don't feel the need that they have to do that because there's just this X amount that has to be paid every month, and you pay it and everybody's happy. And I just think it's a more level playing field. And that would all be based off the, how much does a shop cost? Are you going to have an advertising fund? With social media now, advertising funds aren't necessary. As long as you're making some good videos, especially on TikTok, you don't really need to dedicate a lot to advertising, but you need a budget in there for repairs for the building and just upgrades and things like that. And so me going back, hindsight, I think that's the way to go. And I think I tried to be, in all the businesses we've ever had, I always ask everybody's opinion that works for us or with us, or however you want to call it, whether employee or whatever they were, because I think everybody has their own side, their own facet of the situation, Yeah. And I think I did a good job of that then, but I could have done a better job of that. And I think I should have got it down to one shop, got it to a core group of guys, and had them be integral in the decisions that were made in the shop because it was their shop, almost like a co-op type situation, even though I'm not tattooing. So that it was as dumb as it sounds, a community or whatever you want to say about it,
So if you could have gone back in time, would you have become a tattoo artist or gotten one of the guys to teach you?
So when I was...
Because you said you couldn't be at the shop all the time, but that eliminates that if you would have been a tattoo artist.
That's fair. And everybody, I won't say everybody, a lot of people hated me because I wasn't a tattoo artist and I had tattoo shops, and I totally get that. I don't argue with that at all. But, my thing was, all my friends were tattooing out of houses. I was getting tattooed at their houses, and I had the wherewithal and the cash at the time to be able to get them out of their houses and put them into a shop that eventually became legal. So I thought I was doing a service. I didn't make a whole lot of money at it. But that being said, when I was 21, I think, so me and Mom met when we were 23. So 21, I was getting tattooed down in Texas by this guy, and I was trying to get an apprenticeship.
Oh yeah, you told me this before.
Yeah, so I was trying to get an apprenticeship, and life just kind of gets in the way of that. I was always into art my entire life. Love art. I think it's amazing, but was
he interested in apprenticing you?
No, he was not.
You were annoying him?
Yes, totally. Yeah, I was getting some tattoos from him. I annoyed the fuck out of him, and then I would annoy people at his fucking shop. It was in Wichita Falls, Texas.
Do you remember what the shop was called?
I have no idea. There's a base there, and so they do a lot of whatever Air Force or whatever the fuck's there. I don't know what the fuck's there. And so I really was interested in that, and because I was always into art, and I love art. And then I was raised, yes, I was allowed to pursue art as a child, just like Mom was allowed to pursue art. But I was also, it was beat into my brain, starving artist, starving artist, starving artist. That's not a career. You can't make a career at art. Well, that was fucking wrong, right? Yeah. Either that or I just totally
that's
fucked you over because
that's how you raised me instead. Is we had art class and you were like, you could make this into a career. It can become a career. It can become a career.
Because I want you to do something that you enjoy.
I heard starving artists from everybody else, never out of you and Mom's mouth. No. You guys you advocated for me doing that.
Because everybody ends up normal people do shit they fucking hate their whole lives.
I would have.
And at least life is already
a little less now.
Exactly. Life is already so fucking hard with just relationships and bills and taxes and just fucking aliens now from the government or whatever you want to throw in there.
My dog has a heart murmur.
Exactly. Fucking heart murmur, dude. That little bitch. And all the curveballs that come at you, at least you can go do something that you enjoy and make a living that is you can make good money at it.
Yeah, it's a substantial living.
Yeah, it's a substantial living.
Even if you suck at tattooing, you can still make good money off of it and provide for yourself.
You totally can.
So I think it's a really good avenue for a lot of artists. I think a lot more people should pursue it. I think that's also something though that's a stigmatized with a tattoo. It's like a clique. You have to be invited into it, and that's how I felt when I did go into places. And I think that's why it did help me that people didn't know you, because even if they didn't like you back then, people have kind of gotten over it a lot now.
I think so. I would hope so, because as you get older, you just realize that all the shit that we thought as kids or in our 20s, I would hate to say, you're in your 20s, you're an adult, but I felt like a kid. I think back,
I'm scared of the dark.
That's
monsters are going to come out of my closet.
I had, my brain, the way I think then versus how I think now is completely different. If I could put this brain back then, I would change almost everything I did, to tell you the truth.
Well, okay. Well, let me ask you this. If you went back and you changed everything you did, then I might not be a tattoo artist. You know, that's fair. Certain things might not happen.
Yeah, that's true.
If you became a tattoo artist, then I might be like, my dad's a tattoo artist. I don't want to do that. That's so fucking lame.
Yeah. No, I mean, like what happened to me is like, I kind of got brushed off by people because it was illegal here, so I could never get an apprenticeship in Oklahoma. That wasn't like a reality.
That was not.
And I didn't live in another state, so like it wasn't really a reality to me. So I don't even know what. Like I think back, like how would I ever get an apprenticeship? Like I'm gonna just up and move and go like apprentice for free in another state and make that like work somehow. Yeah. And by then, I already had a kid, so like I had to have a job to like make money to provide. And so, you know, to me, like at that point, it was over. Like I was never going to pursue that again. It just wasn't in my cards. It actually kind of makes me emotional and want to cry. Just so sad. That's part of getting older too. And so I'm actually happy to see you.
Bro, you actually cry? Don't cry, Dad.
Well, I'm happy to see you like so young, be able to do something that you like. It's awesome, dude. It's so cool. It really is.
You're gonna make me cry, miss you, and now you're fucking being emotional over here. Man, go take some testosterone, dude. Chill out.
My estrogen's off the charts.
Oh, damn.
No, it's awesome. It's a good cry. It's a happy cry. It really is. I'm so just happy that you like latched on to what you wanted to do so young and like you're going to pursue it.
I will never stop either.
So I think it's awesome.
That's something that you built into. I'm so happy you and Mom were like allowing me to do it because everybody was against me. I told friends' parents, how are you going to make any fucking money? You can't make money out of that.
You're going to college,
you're stupid. Are you going to have a backup? Are you going to college? Like the number one question I was asked was, are you going to have backup? That's even what some of the guys asked me when I started at the shop. And that's such a stupid question because if you really want something, you're going to fucking go for it.
Bitch, I'm drawing frogs for life.
Dude, straight up.
That's it.
Yeah, Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
You know? Bro, Wu-Tang frogs? You know? What's going down in the hood, Sass?
All right, let's wrap this up.
Tell him about you.
You got anything you want to...
I literally have nothing else to say.
I think I've said everything I want to say. Nothing's there.
Nothing?
No, I don't have anything.
Oh, well, I don't know.
What's your podcast called?
Tattoo Consciousness.
Cool.
Cool.
That's fun.
All right.